Welcome everybody to the Basement Booker here. We are finally at WCW's return to pay-per-view at Bash at the Beach. It took us about 7 or 8 weeks of build-up to get to this first pay-per-view, and honestly I'm very, very excited to see what this pay-per-view has in store, as well as what surprises we could potentially see tonight. So I don't want to waste any time getting to the show, so let's get right down to it. So in a pre-show match I had Subpar Wrestling Little Heat. The Motor City Machine Guns defeat La Resistance in 7:54. Melanie Shelley defeats Rene Dupree by pinfall with Automatic Midnight. Shelley was off his game. Chemistry is always great. 26 and 28 for them. 50 and a 56 for the Machine Guns. And Rene Dupree's improving technical. So a solid pre-show match here. And another pre-show bout at Subpar Wrestling Little Heat. Shima Zion defeats Harry Smith in 6:49 from Lust to Dust. Harry Smith sustained a foot contusion, so that's always good. Shima Zion 46 and Harry Smith 35. And no improvements. Yeah, he got a foot contusion. Alright. Moving on to the beginning of the show. So, we get a video package highlighting all the new stars of WCW, and just kind of giving an overview on who's been the main attraction so far to the new WCW, and what is bringing everybody here tonight. Cody Rhodes getting better at his gimmick, announcing quality, lifted, both sides, crowd got hotter, Rude did well, London performed, all advanced segments, and no improvements. 48, so here we go. We have Bobby Roode walking into the arena. Both guys here will be walking into the arena. We have Bobby Roode here, and then RVD walks into the arena. Split camera angle. You have Roode on one left side, RVD on the right side, as they are your main event tonight for the WCW Championship, as their rivalry comes to a head tonight. So, good performances there. And in the first matchup on the card, and about that decent wrestling but little heat, Kendrick and London defeated the Young Bucks in 12:55 when Paul London defeat Nick Jackson by pinfall with a fast roll-up. Kendrick and London made defense number 1 of the WCW Tag Team titles. Paul London was the weak link to keep up with everybody's performance. Kendrick is getting better at his gimmick. Both teams show excellent chemistry. Match got the crowd hotter. Matt Jackson is 68, Nick Jackson is 66, Paul London a 50, and Kendrick is 68. Very hot open, rating of 59. No improvements, but this is a great tag team storyline, and I'm excited. I actually thought this was going to be a little nerve-wracking because there's not a ton of heat on this yet, but we will get there, don't you worry. So good start there to the show. Post-match, Kendrick and London celebrate in the ring. Just that they retained the tag team championships. Video package highlighting the feud between Cody Rhodes and Stu Sanders. As you remember, it all started in the WCW tournament for the WCW Championship, for the where Cody Rhodes and Stu Sanders had issues stemming there, and then it led to 2 matches on Ignition, and now we are finally here in the rubber match. So Stu Sanders cuts a promo on Cody Rhodes, stating that tonight is the end for Cody Rhodes. And when it comes to Stu Sanders and Cody Rhodes, we always know who has been and always will be on top, and that is me, Stu Sanders. It hasn't changed then, and it's not going to change now. So 58 there. Storyline advanced. In a decent match, Stu Sanders defeats Cody Rhodes in 1945 by pinfall. Cody Rhodes with 57, Stu Sanders 61. And storyline has ended with this. So this feud is over. Stu Sanders defeats Cody Rhodes with a rating of 60. No improvements. So this feud is officially done with, and both men can move on now to bigger and potentially better things. Post-match, we have Stu Sanders celebrating like the true heel that he is, and going way over the top that he has defeated Cody Rhodes. 72, I'll take that. Video hyping Mr. Anderson versus Rhino, displaying all the verbal attacks from Mr. Anderson, as well as Rhino's gores that he's been delivering to Mr. Anderson. And it comes to a head tonight. Mr. Anderson can no longer run from Rhino, and Rhino can finally get some redemption. In a decent match, Rhino defeats Mr. Anderson in 12:38 with a Rhino driver. I was hoping for a gore there, but that's fine. Rhino is visually retiring. They have great chemistry, so that's awesome. Mr. Anderson to 45, Rhino 60, and the storyline has advanced. No improvements, but a 56 rating is good for sure. Video package hypes the U.S. title match between MVP and Chris Hero. If you remember correctly, MVP returned from his suspension by attacking Chris Hero and stating he wanted the U.S. title, and he blames Chris Hero for not being in the WCW title tournament as well as the U.S. title scramble, and displayed his frustrations on him. And then Mick Foley made him defeat Shima Zion, and that got him into this match. So 49 rating there. And about that, decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. MVP defeats Chris Hero in 13:03 by pinfall. While using the ropes for leverage, MVP wins the WCW United States Championship. So MVP is your new United States Champion, and he's getting better at his gimmick. Chris Hero had a 50, MVP had a 50, and the storyline has advanced. 51 rating, and no improvements. So MVP is the new United States Champion, but this is far, far from over, and always possible. Chris Hero will get his rematch at some point, but it has not been confirmed when that will be. After the match, MVP celebrates the fact that he got one up on Mick Foley and Chris Hero and is now WCW's United States Champion, and no one can do anything about that. Mick Foley comes to the ring and announces that he has signed former WWE NXT standout as well as independent standout Johnny Gargano to a contract, and he will be at Tuesday Night Ignition this week. So a big signing here for WCW and Johnny Gargano. First big surprise so far to jump ship, and I am very excited to use Johnny Gargano. I don't know exactly yet where we're going, but you know what? I certainly will come up with some ideas what I'm going to do with Johnny Gargano, but I will not use him in an incorrect way. I can guarantee you that. Rating of 65, so Gargano is certainly over here. Bobby Roode cuts a promo about himself, talking about how tonight he will retain the WCW Championship regardless of what the fans or anybody else thinks. He is the it factor of professional wrestling, and nothing, and he says nothing, will change that, including Rob Van Dam. Rating of 84. Wow, Bobby Roode. Great promo. Video airs hyping the Aaron Stevens vs. Roderick Strong match. This feud has been, I feel, one of my favorites building up so far. We had Aaron Stevens just attack Roderick Strong, saying how much he hates independent standouts, as well as saying, Roderick Strong doesn't belong in the big time or anything such of that standard. And Roderick Strong has fired back on all cylinders with every turn. He has been right there to meet Aaron Stevens and attack him and be ready for a fight tonight. Roderick Strong, Aaron Stevens finally go head to head. So, and about that, decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, which is shocking to me. Roderick Strong defeats Aaron Stevens 7:54 by pinfall with a death by Roderick. 56 rating. Aaron Stevens with 58. Roderick Strong with 58. And the storyline has advanced. No improvements. This match was very good in my opinion. I felt I got decent heat on it, but I guess not. But this feud is far from over, no doubt about it. Good solid one for Roderick Strong. I don't think the loss for Aaron Stevens here hurts him in any way, because he can always bounce back later on down the line. A video package hyping the main event tonight for the WCW Championship, Bobby Roode defending against RVD. We get the video starting from the tournament final between RVD and Bobby Roode, and all their journey to that point, as well as the weeks building up to this monumental main event to WCW Bash at the Beach. Tonight, I think the main. I don't want to click on it yet to get to the main event, but I'm just predicting here. I'm predicting this match will probably be around 60 to 70 rating. Hopefully, I thought the heat that I built up to this would be crucial to it, because so far what I've noticed in this show is that the heat has not been as built up as I thought it was, which is disappointing a little bit to me. But I think this will be the match that hopefully brings big ratings to the show and gives momentum to going forward on pay-per-views. So in a decent match, Bobby Roode defeats RVD in 15:38 by pinfall with a spear. Bobby Roode makes defense number 1 of his WCW title, rating of 63. Bobby Roode sustained a boxer's fracture. I don't know what that is, but that doesn't sound good. Bobby Roode got a rating of 66, RVD performance of 54, and the storyline has ended. No improvements, but I'm severely concerned about Bobby Roode's injury here. I really hope it's not anything major. If he can at least just talk for some shows, that's fine. I just don't want to lose him because obviously he's the WCW champion, and I'd hate to have him drop the belt right now. But RVD has officially lost against Bobby Roode and is no longer in the world title picture. But certainly he will be finding something to do, as always, because he's too good to not be doing anything. So, starting right now, we don't know who Bobby Roode's next potential opponent will be. So coming up on Tuesday night, we will be having the beginning of that and seeing who could potentially come out of the pack as Bobby Roode's next challenger. And a lot of backstage heat on RVD as it felt it was his mistake that caused Bobby Roode to get hurt. Oh, that's not good, RVD. And then after the match, Bobby Roode, being a heel that he is, goes way overboard that he had just retained the WCW Championship over RVD. He got a 77, and to end the show, we got a rating of a 67, and it increased our popularity in 11 regions. Speeches here, let's give RVD one. Bobby Roode one. Let's give MVP one. And let's give Cody Rhodes one. Compliment on good performances. Scene please, scene please, scene please. Alright guys, so that's where I'm going to end it today. The first pay-per-view is finally in the books, and now we can slowly start building for the next one next month in September. But until then, I will talk to you later.